If you're a language learning and are into numbers and statistics like I am, then today will be a very exciting video for you. Because today we are looking at my numbers for 2024 and do a little recap of the year. As always, we start with the focus language, and the focus language stayed the same as I planned it. So we have Spanish first, then Japanese. That stayed that way. Then we continue with the goals for each language, and we start with Japanese. And for Japanese, I had 4 goals, but one of the goals I already finished in Q2. Well, it was planned for Q2, so I finished that, and the other goals was learning. No, the first one was listening to Japanese for 150 hours. I only did achieve 119 hours, but I still think that's a good number. The second goal was to study Japanese for 250 hours. I only achieved 198. So not really that great, but I still think nearly 200 hours of studying in Japanese, I think it's great. I also had the goal to read 2 books. I didn't finish that. I thought that reading in Japanese would be easier at this time, but no, it's not. I'm comfortable reading graded readers and the stories on Yomu Yomu and Satori Reader. I don't have any problems with them, but a whole book is a little bit different. And so I will finish my book I'm still reading, and I'm 33% in. I'm still going to finish it, and I hope I will finish it at the end of March. And I will then probably take a break from reading whole books and maybe start reading more like mangas and so, and graded readers again. And we'll see how I will continue with that. But I didn't finish that at all. And the last goal was to speak with a native, and I reached that in Q2, so we're still completed. Then next, Spanish. For Spanish, I had 3 goals. The first 2 were kind of similar. Well, all 3 were kind of similar to the Japanese one. So the first one was 150 hours of listening in Spanish. I only achieved 90 hours in here. And then again, it's not that great, but I think it's still good. And I think I also overestimated how much I can do this year, but also I kind of didn't assume I would do basically nothing in languages for 2 whole months. That give the whole plan a little bumper, but well, it is what it is. Then the second goal was 200 hours of Spanish study time. I did achieve 133 hours, and I think it's a great number, but still not what I planned to achieve. And then the third goal was to read 2 books in Spanish. I did read 1, and I started the second, but I only read 24% of that. That's for Spanish. And then we have English. In English, we only had 2. The first one was to read 4 books. I did only finish 3. The last one, I only read 40% of it, and I'm still reading that one. And the second goal was to study for each month. I only missed 1 month. I'm very proud of that because I didn't count reading into studying, only if it was very technique or very advanced texts, something that I didn't know or so on. So that I I'm very proud that I hit 11 out of 12 months. I missed only, I think, November. I didn't study any English. And that's it for English. And then we're going to German. And in German we have 3 goals. The first one was to read 10 books, and I actually finished that goal. And I also started an 11th book, and I think I read it halfway through. I think I'm halfway through, but I'm not quite sure at the moment. Then the second goal was to read every day. I didn't reach that. That that was long missed. But I did catch up a little bit in the fourth quarter and did read a little bit more and didn't miss that many days. And the third goal was to study each month. I didn't do that. I missed one at the beginning of the year, 1 month, and again I missed another one in the third quarter, and I missed another one in the fourth quarter. So I did 1 month, 1 quarter where I did study each month. But again, wasn't the main priority, and I'm still happy with that because I think my main priority with all the goals is to improve myself. That I did read in Q4 more than in the other quarters, that's a good sign. I'm improving. And that's the main reason. And also with my 10 books, if you count that, I did read 2 in quarter 1 and 6.5 in quarter 4. So that's 3 times the amount. But well, that's everything for German. Now we come to the total time. And the total time over the month was a little bit, well, less each quarter. In quarter 4, at the end of quarter 4, I hit a total of 410 hours, and that's giving like improvement because in quarter 3 I didn't even reach 100 hours, but in quarter 4 I did reach 115 hours. So that's more like as in quarter 1, so that's more than enough. But my total time planned for this year was 500. I didn't reach that, but I don't think that's a big problem because it's still more than I reached last year. Last year I reached 400. Or was it 500? I'm not sure. Would have to look it up. But I still think 410 hours in a year of language learning, that's a great number. And also, I'm all about improving, not about time I've spent, because I can also spend time learning one the same page in a book for 2 hours. But that doesn't help me improve. So I think the number is good, and that's again everything for this part. So now if you're interested in my goals for next year, then I will link you the video up here in the corner and you can take a look, and maybe you're interested in following my language learning journey. And I also have a little special prepared for next year. Yes, so if you have any questions, recommendations, or just something you want to tell me, leave a comment below and I will get to it, read it, and answer you, or maybe make a video out of it. We'll see.